Hi, you're listening to the Expert Pod, where we interview business owners, experts, and consultants on the inspiration behind their business idea, their tips for achieving success, including their marketing and PR strategies, their key learnings, and of course, their mindset practices. Hope you enjoy the show. So, everyone, we are rebranding my very famous and popular Photopia podcast, and it's now called the Expert Pod. And this is our first interview as it being the Expert Pod, and we're going straight for Facebook Live. So this is very courageous of us. Should probably work out if I can pronounce that word before saying it aloud. Anyway, today's guest is Iona Yeung, the founder of 30 Ever After. I was lucky enough to actually work with Iona at a former PR agency that we both worked at before I started Bennett PR and she started doing her various other things. And as well as being a friend, she's been a very helpful consultant for me over the years because she is obsessed with learning everything there is to do with digital marketing and social media, and I prefer to pay her to just tell me the answers. So we get along very, very well in that respect as well. For a little bit of background on Iona, she's had a side hustle since I've known her, a dating blog called 30 Ever After, which was the topic of a lot of conversations at the former agency. It's always fun to learn everything there is to know that you learn out there when you're talking to people and what they will and will not put up with. So today we're going to talk about how you turned the blog into a business and how you came up with marketing and PR strategies and how it became a revenue stream for you. So, but first of all, Iona, let's start with what is one thing that you do every single day?
Well, every single day, my beagle puppy wakes me up. He will go around my bed and check if I'm awake, and if I'm still sleeping, he'll put like this one paw on me to say, "Hey, Mom, just wake up now, and then he'll sit there and wait for me to wake up. It's the cutest thing, best thing to wake up to.
I know, I certainly wouldn't be mad at that.
No.
Well, you've got to start the day well, right?
Yeah, and I don't need an alarm clock.
Yeah, so good. Oh my God, I need like 3 alarm clocks and I still don't wake up after them, and I have a dog waking me up. So I'm really impressed with you.
Maybe you need fudge.
Maybe I do. He's got a little bit more weight on him than Pikachu does. All right, so tell us about 30 Ever After. Like, why did you start it? How did it come about? Why is it named 30 Ever After?
Yeah, I get asked this question a lot. So it started from a breakup.
Yep.
I was in my early 30s, and the breakup kind of came out of nowhere, and I was in between jobs, and I had all the spare time, and I was grieving, like, and coping with the breakup. So I decided to start this blog, and I just started to write. Like, I had no plans. I had no plans to monetize it. Didn't know what I was doing. I just wrote. And looking back, I had this really, really, like, crappy website that I just built on my own. And I just started writing, and then I worked out that a lot of people were finding me organically through Google search with phrases like 30 and single, how to deal with a blindside breakup in your 30s. And so I just kept writing because I knew that there was an audience.
That's so good. And also, like, it started as something that was kind of a healing process and ended up turning into quite a passion and an interesting business.
Oh, definitely. Before 30 Ever After, I had so many other side hustles that, you know, it took off for a couple of months and then it just kind of stopped. And I figured out it was because I didn't have a big enough why.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a reason to keep going. But whereas with this, I think, like, people are waiting. They're hungry for information.
Yeah, but it's also human interest, I guess, and everyone has a different experience in regards to dating and also different value sets as well. So it's kind of interesting just in terms of human psychology, I'd imagine.
Exactly. And there are always going to be people in their 30s just breaking up or single looking for someone. So, yeah, I think it's kind of like an evergreen topic.
Absolutely, it is. And I mean, I guess even if you're in a committed relationship, sometimes it's interesting to hear the other side. Probably makes you more likely to stay in that committed relationship.
Yeah, see when it's out there to be single, what it's like.
It's like, oh dear, I will never come across those situations, thank God. So while this is totally off topic for the blog, are there any reoccurring themes that you tend to come across with some of your clients?
Yeah, definitely. So a big one is, how can I meet someone offline?
Oh.
So how do you meet people, like, you know, in 2019 without a dating app? So I think, like, a lot of people are just sick and tired of dating apps in general. So they want to know how to meet people in real life.
What would you recommend?
Well, you can meet people anywhere. You just have to go out and be open to it. Like, I think a lot of people, especially you go on a train every morning, and 9 out of 10 people are on their phones with their heads down. Well, if you have your head down most of the time, like how are you going to find anyone?
That is true.
It's a matter of like going out, but also being present when you're out.
That's very true. I think that the only person I would meet if I was present when I was out, because I usually just go out with my friends, is probably my Uber driver.
Exactly.
It's a good way to meet people.
Hey, you never know. I've got people on the train before, on the bus. Not Uber driver though.
No. And they know where you live. It's already awkward.
That's true.
All right, so you've created a number of revenue streams around your blog. Can you tell us what some of those ones are for anyone trying to like branch out?
Yeah, so when I started blogging, I didn't realize that it could be a money-making thing until brands started approaching me and wanting to, get a plug or wanting me to do a sponsored post. So that's one stream, but it's kind of random. Like you never know how much you're going to make in a month.
Yeah.
So then I branched out to books, so ebooks. With Amazon, there's print on demand. You can create a book, and then when someone buys it, only when someone buys it, then does it get printed, and then Amazon gives you a royalty.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the second branch. And then I do coaching on the side as well. So like one-on-one coaching for people who want that extra help in finding like their dream relationship. But then I realized it took a lot of my time, and a lot of people didn't want to learn that way. So that's when I launched online courses. So I've got a school with courses you can learn how to communicate better, how to attract a healthy relationship, things like that.
That's so good. When it comes to brands approaching you, are you quite selective with who you work with, or if something amazing comes your way but they don't have budget, like would you still be open to working with them? Like how does that work in order to keep authenticity? Because I don't know about the dating world, but in health and fitness, you go on Instagram now and you see some pages where they've got a different product in every single post, and it's very hard to engage and interact with that individual when it's all an ad. So what would your recommendations be, or how do you personally work that?
Yeah, it's all in the pitch, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
I have worked with brands who don't have budget, but then they've got really good article ideas, or like if they have a piece of research I know that like my readers will love. So for example, I think it was Elite Singles, like they do a lot of surveys and they do a lot of research, and they come to me with pieces of research already done that I can quickly whip up into an article.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so things like that are really helpful.
And people love a stat.
Yeah, people love a stat.
Yeah.
And it's one of my top performing articles to date.
Oh, wow.
Some of the stuff they've given me.
Well, I find that with a lot of our PR articles, whenever we're doing like a business story or a story on any new research, it's always the stat that kind of drags people in, like 1 in 3 people or this many people, I don't know, found someone on Elite Singles.
Yeah.
Not in real life.
It's not information I would have access to, but something that my readers would love.
Exactly. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So what are some of the ways that you attract people to your blog and your program?
Yeah. So blog, and I learned this lesson the really hard way. For years, I was getting traffic through my blog organically. So through Google, no paid traffic. And then one year, I think I decided to do something different. I did something with my domain, like from a technical standpoint, and I lost 90% of that organic traffic.
What?
So it was devastating, and to this day, I still haven't recovered all of it. So that taught me a really valuable lesson.
Did you know what you did?
I did 2 things at the same time, so I'm not sure which one it was.
Oh.
Yeah. I think one of them was an SSL certificate, and then I don't remember what the other one was. But there were technical changes. Anyway, so after that...
Oh, sorry, everyone. That's me. One of my alarms that probably should have been set for the morning.
What was I saying?
The SSL certificate.
Right. Either the SSL certificate, and then there was something else I did that I don't remember. But that taught me a really valuable lesson to just not invest or rely on one stream of traffic, because you never know what's going to happen. So I pair that now with YouTube.
Yeah.
So YouTube traffic goes to my website, but also Facebook ads.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How well do they work?
Well, because I've defined my audience, I know how I can get the cheapest cost per lead.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I have to find other streams because Facebook advertising is getting really expensive too.
It is expensive. I swear I got I think I got a $1,500 bill the other day because I forgot to shut off one of my event ads. I mean, if anyone was going to do it, it was me, but I went to visit Iona in Marrickville one day and accidentally had Uber XL booked. It cost me like $200 to get there and back. Ugh. So I know that you started as a blog, but in terms of getting content, traffic back to your ebooks and your other programs, how important is content to attracting your audience and your brand?
Well, it's the bread and butter of my business because I need the content for Google to find me. I need the content for YouTube search engines to find me.
Yeah.
But also, a lot of people will read 5 to 6 of my articles before they kind of approach me. And when they do, it's always like, oh, I read your story. I can totally relate. I'm going through the same thing. So in terms of like what I do, it's really important to build those relationships.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but I always say, like, yeah, content's important, but you want to make sure that people are actually looking for it. So like, it's why keyword research is so important. So now I don't write anything, I don't film anything until I've done my keyword research.
So how do you work out what the best keywords are? Just seeing what people are typing into Google, or?
Yeah, I mean, there are tons of like really user-friendly tools now. So like Uber Suggest.
Uber Suggest?
Yeah, Uber Suggest. It's like a software created. It's free.
Yeah.
Neil Patel. And basically, you can type in your keywords, and then it'll tell you what your chances are of ranking in that keyword are. And then also gives you like other suggestions for keywords. So like, for example, I did some research today. I'm gonna go home and write a whole bunch of articles about dating in your 30s because they said that like that's a keyword for me. That's easy to rank. But also with YouTube, there's a tool called YouTube Buddy. So I started my channel.
I learned so much with you, by the way. Just writing notes as we do this.
Yeah, good. So with YouTube Buddy, I started my YouTube channel and I realized nobody was watching it. So I was investing all this time filming and editing it, but it was not getting any traction. And it was because my like dating relationships, that niche, it is so saturated that if you're just writing about top dating advice for women or top dating advice for men, you're just not going to get found because all your Matthew Husseys of the world, they're going to be dominating those search results.
Yeah.
So then I had to go niche and look at what keywords people were looking for, but other YouTubers hadn't covered.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like Hinge dating app review, like dating app reviews. So dating app reviews are really popular.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of take that on board, and that's how I structure my content.
Awesome. Oh, yeah. That makes so much sense. God, I don't even know how to find things on YouTube, so we're about to start one with this, and I'm going to be using YouTube Mate, or whatever it's called.
YouTube Buddy.
YouTube Buddy.
It's been such a game changer, because now videos take a lot of time to produce, so now I don't produce them. So I know.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So do you have any tips for people who want to start creating content but don't really have the time or know where to start, other than make sure they create it around the right niche?
Who don't have time?
Yeah, if they don't have time, would you recommend repurposing? Would you recommend, how many words do you think people need to be getting out there in order to boost their rank on Google? Is there a rule?
Yeah, I would say 700 to 1,200.
Really? Is it that high?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Sometimes I get not lazy, but I run out of things to say by 600 words, but yeah.
Can you tell how much of an article someone has read?
I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
Not many of the tools I use though.
Okay.
But
I'll
just
look into that.
For Google to find you, they'll want to know what keywords, what your article's about. And I think the more content you've got for them to scan, the better your chances of ranking are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not an SEO expert, but the more value, it comes down to adding offering value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Often you can't really do that within 500 words.
That is true. That is true. So how has PR helped you grow your brand?
Oh my gosh, how have you helped me grow my brand, you mean?
This wasn't fishing. I'm just talking about PR.
No, it's been amazing. So for those of you who don't know, Brittany, she's my PR advisor on the side. Basically, most of the hits I've got are from you.
You had some really good ones on, was it Huffington Post?
Yeah, well, Huffington Post, I got that from myself, when they were here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think they brought me on as a contributor.
Yeah.
But everything else, my biggest hits were news.com.au and then Daily Telegraph, which you organized for me. You organized both those interviews.
Yep.
And those two interviews were it changed the business. I saw a spike in my traffic. that Daily Telegraph article still brings me referral traffic and leads.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll have to copy their headline.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, but it was like it was so clickbaity. I think news.com was like, I used to wake up at 4 a.m. in a panic or something really embarrassing.
But the thing is with the clickbaity ones, they're the ones that get read and they're the ones that people... It's interesting that people are attracted to, like, I used to wake up at 4 a.m. in a panic, though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's an interesting angle.
People love a sad story.
They do. They do. People are, like, naturally inclined to negativity, I think.
Yeah.
So what has been one of the greatest moments since you launched 30 Ever After?
It would probably be a success story. So somebody emailing me and telling me that they've been together with apologizing that they've been MIA because they found their person, are like really in love, and they've just moved out together into an apartment.
Wow.
That was probably the best. Like the best parts of my day are when I get emails like that.
Yeah, I'd say so. That's super fun. And if you could have your time again, would there be anything that you'd change or do differently?
Oh gosh, yes. Yes, everyone, I just wish I did something more than just blog with 30 Ever After sooner.
Yeah.
Like I started in 2013 after the breakup, and then it wasn't until like 2015 that I realized I could probably make money from it. And then it wasn't until 2017 that I actually got serious and like started working with business coaches, and then it took off from there.
That's so funny. I've always kind of seen you as always doing absolutely everything. And I'm like, outside of the hours we used to work, I'm like, how is she doing all of this?
I know, everyone says that. But like the same with you though. You've got like 7 businesses, like, you know.
Yeah, but it's a different mindset now. Whereas back then I used to have to go home and sit in a dark room for like 5 hours to unwind. Whereas now I don't really need to do that. It's a bit different.
Big difference.
Am I allowed to say that on Facebook Live?
Sure, Facebook Live.
So, one piece of advice you wish everyone would actually listen to?
Yeah. Shoot first, aim later.
I like that.
Yeah. So I've never been a perfectionist. If I want to do something, I just launch it and then I perfect it later.
I've got to agree with that. I like that.
Yeah.
When you put it into words like that, it makes so much more sense. And what's your favorite mantra or rule to live by, or is that it?
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
there you
look
go.
at my YouTube videos from just even a couple months ago. They're horrible. Like I have friends.
I have subscribed to your YouTube channel. I just don't use YouTube.
Well, don't watch the videos from like a year ago, because I actually had friends like emailing me and calling me and saying like, oh, look, I really want to support you, but your videos are really boring and your audio is crap. So
why were they so boring? 700 words?
I think I was just really, really awkward.
This one will probably be a little awkward. It's like our first one, and we were just like, we're shooting first, aiming later.
Exactly. It's never going to be perfect.
No.
We'll perfect it later.
Exactly. I like that. Well, thank you so much, Iona. How can people find you?
At 30everafter.com.
Yes.
Or it's 30everafter on Instagram and on YouTube.
And possibly if you type that into Google, it will rank.
You'll find it on Google.
I love it. All right, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.